You're live. No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave. This is Sam. And you can call this a little bit of a crossover episode because we're also talking about an anime today. One of my personal favorites. If you can't peep the hoodie here, well, now you can. That's right, Izuku Midoriya. What? That's right. That can only mean one thing. It's My Hero Academia. And they dropped a movie, and I'm here to talk about how Deku is.
Why am I even here? You know, that's
We're gonna talk about how great this movie was, and I'm going to not cry. So, but before we get into it, I remind you guys to subscribe, hit the like button down below, and make sure you check out our Eternals review that we dropped on Friday night. We did get to see the movie early, and we waited until opening weekend to talk about it. So we got our thoughts up here on our channel. So make sure you guys go check that out. And if you've seen the movie, comment on that video and let us know what you thought about the film. I know it's very divisive somewhat, but we thought it was pretty good. to hear our full thoughts there. Spoiler free, by the way, as well.
Yeah, ever see the 7.6 on IMDb at 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. Which I'm actually a little shocked about.
She's referring to the My Hero movie, not
I thought this was talking
Eternals. About. I was letting them know about our Eternals video. Yeah.
What?
Oh no, you were reading the stats.
Yeah, I already read them.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the third entry in the My Hero Academia film series. The first one being Two Heroes, the second one being Heroes Rising, which was one of my personal favorites, and this one here is called World Heroes Mission. This one is about
an hour and 41 minutes long.
Oh yeah, well this movie is an hour and 41 minutes long.
I was like, yeah, it's about an hour and 41
minutes. I know, I was gonna
long.
say what it was actually about. So this movie takes place during the Endeavor's training arc, in which Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku are all training, with Endeavor doing their work study. So, when a sinister organization threatens to wipe out all superhuman powers, the fate of the world is on the line. With 2 hours until the collapse of civilization, Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki manage to work as a team, but there's still one problem. Deku's on the run for murder.
Murder, she wrote.
So that plot synopsis right there is actually a very simplified version of what this movie is.
I mean, that is what the movie is.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't necessarily. It's a lot more. It's a little bit more to it. Like the movie isn't set in like I thought it was going to be. The movie isn't set in a 2 hour time span. You get to the 2 hour, like, oh, we gotta do this in 2 hours. You get that like in the third act, but everything else is kind of like set up before that. I kind of thought that the movie was going to be, okay, this is all taking course over the 2 hours that he had to save the world.
That's what you thought?
That is what I thought. Like I thought it was going to be intense, and now I was like, oh man, this is going to be an intense one because.
Well, technically, that's what it was.
Yeah, but like I said, that kind of all came in at the end, like clutch. Like if you kind of go like by the time of everything that's happened, it's like a couple days in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So you still kind of get into there. But so like I said, this does take place in the middle of the fifth season that just ended not too long ago. But it doesn't really have a direct effect on anything, which a lot of these anime movies really don't. And that's one of the criticisms of this movie is that you're seeing all this stuff happen. You're seeing these characters level up in ways that we haven't seen before, but it doesn't have much effect on the things that happen in the canonized series of events. So Sam, your thoughts on the movie?
Well, what I would say is that in the movie we expect to see our characters level up in some type of way.
Of course.
That we wouldn't normally experience it in the show. Now the chronological order of the show of the movies as it pertains to the show. Now that's a different story because we do want to see where it lines up at and if the show is using the powers that have now surfaced.
Which they do. For Deku at least, with his Black Whip power. For anyone who's fan of the series, he does use his Black Whip power like Spider-Man. I call Deku Spider-Man in this movie. Um, yeah.
I mean, I think it's easy to confuse him with Spider-Man
Mm-hmm.
because of the ability that he has. I wouldn't necessarily, call him Spider-Man.
I mean, the way he uses it, like, with that bridge scene, is thwipping around the city and all that, and using it to save people.
But
Just,
it's a whip.
I know, but it's so Spider Man like, and I literally just thought
The
about
only reason
this.
you're thinking that is because Spider-Man has the threads. That's it.
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
nigga was moving like Spider Man.
Yeah,
I
he,
was
he he just got to find a connection for Deku to something. Okay, you can have it, whatever.
so we are introduced to a few new characters in this movie, um, which I'll get into in a second. Matter of fact, his name was Rhodey. Yeah, his name is Rhodey, the new character. He has a very interesting quirk, so to speak. We'll talk about him in just a second. One of the things I want to say is this movie overall, I did enjoy. I enjoyed it. Of course, I enjoyed it, right? But I kind of can see where some people. I haven't seen the negative talk about it. I think Sam, you've heard a little bit more of that than I have. But I can definitely say while I was watching it, I was like, okay, this is definitely a third installment in a movie. And these anime movies, when they get a lot of movies under their belt, they kind of go in like really different and strange territories. Uh, I will use Pokemon as an example. You have the first couple of Pokemon movies; they're really good. They're good movies, but then like after a while, you kind of get them. It's like, okay, so it's just Ash doing the same thing Ash does all the time, just on a bigger scale. And again, they use these movies to level up the character, show the characters doing amazing things that we don't
I
used to
mean,
usually see them. The stakes are higher, obviously.
it's so easy to say, oh, we're seeing what they're doing, like taking the Pokemon, oh, and we can see what they're doing, and they're doing on a different level. That's every fucking movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, of
Like, like,
course, the
like,
stakes
like,
are high, but like
like
when
we can't
you,
just single out. We know that in every movie that has main characters that coming from anime, such as Pokemon with Ash, such as My Hero with Deku, such as Demon Slayer, such as all these that have the main characters. Like we're gonna continue to see the pattern. The pattern is gonna be a pattern. It's gonna be, oh, bring in our main characters, let's level them up. Oh yeah, we need our side
yeah, well,
characters
it's
too.
it's not so much as the pattern. It's just so much as like the dude, you made me lost my
Cause,
train
cause,
of
cause,
thought.
cause that's what I figured you was telling me. You said pattern, and that's, I mean, that's natural. I mean, that's what people go to see. Like we already know what to expect to some degree. We
Yeah.
already know what to expect to some degree. That's it. The only thing that might have gotten us was when we lost in what was it, well, not in game, but the other one. So anyway, yeah, so that's what we expect to see, some type of character level up. Now, where my opinion comes in is where the and I'm calling, the side characters,
Mm-hmm.
where their level ups are more diminished. They're not as pronounced as they should be. Like they don't show us as much of them as we want to see. Yes,
Right.
that's what I have the problem with, and I believe that I was disappointed with seeing Icy Hot and even what's his name,
Bakuga.
yeah, even him, like it was like, damn, like I was disappointed in their level ups. Like I
Mm-hmm.
expected to see, even if it wasn't a level up, but just something different and unique, and they didn't really give us that. Like it gave us a little bit. Like we saw someone Icy Hot, using his powers, and that was nice to
Right.
see. That was nice to see. But like overall, I think that they could have done a little bit more with the use of the powers. But I also like the way that each of these movies, it had a focus on something.
Mm-hmm.
It had a focus on something. So like the last movie, it was more of the field trip. The first one too. So
Yeah.
so both of them were like classrooms, like where we have everybody, and everybody is contributing a little bit of their power or whatever, which we have in this one as well. And that's the repeated pattern too. I mean, but it's a class, like you can't help but to have that type of setting.
Yeah.
But the way they did it this time was a little bit different, with just the three main characters basically here now, whatever, in one location, and then we have the other heroes in another location, and able to get to the main one. So that was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit different.
Yeah. One thing I found interesting about this, it had a little bit more of a comedic tone to it. which I think was one of the things that kind of I can't remember how I was describing it when I was watching it, but it was comedic. I liked it, and it was you had a lot more character moments that you really don't get very much between just with Zuko himself, because and I think especially after this previous season of My Hero, we didn't see a lot of Deku. Like we didn't, yeah, we kind of didn't get as much of him as we did in previous seasons. It feels like we're getting less and less of him in the show. So to kind of have so much of him here as a comedic, as a hero, even going over his same hero speech that he gives all the time.
You think they had less of him in the show?
I do. I do, because the way the season 5 was structured, it was like, okay, we're doing the training, and after training, we're talking about some villain stuff, and then we got this conspiracy thing here with the leagues of villains and their setups for what they're trying to do with taking over the future, which this kind of feeds into that a little bit.
I could see where you say that there was less of that cool. I could see that, but I feel that that was just more build up character development for the other people that we don't know yet.
Yeah, and I mean it's nothing wrong with that at all. But it was nice to see a lot more Deku in this. Um,
I think now you think about it, I think that's kind of unique that they did it like that.
yeah, this movie takes a unique approach with how it handles just the situations. You mentioned how each movie had like a different feel to it. The first one being more like a field trip, I guess like a breakout type of thing. The second one being more of like a high stakes team adventure. This one is more like a on the run type thing, which makes sense because Deku is suddenly framed for murder. He's framed, which really comes out of the blue. It does come out of the blue. So if there's a criticism about that plot point, like it
Well,
kind of does jump.
yeah,
Like
it comes out of the blue, but it's part of the storyline. You
yeah,
gotta watch.
it makes, like I said, not
Like you just gotta watch.
it's not that it doesn't make
Like you
sense.
just gotta watch. You just gotta watch it unfold. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
I still think it just, I mean, even for me, as I enjoy this movie, it just like it popped up. Like it popped up. And I was like, now this is the thing.
It was a shock, but I think it was a good shock. Like
yeah, and it's a good mystery behind
it's like,
it.
what the hell? Then what? Why? Huh? And then like it all comes out. So I mean,
yeah. We got, like I said, we got a new character, Rhodey. Rhodey is by far the most interesting character I've seen in My Hero, in that isn't a villain in quite some time.
Was Rhodey not a villain?
Not really.
Rhodey's one of those characters that have a rough start, and then you start to develop feelings for the character.
Yeah.
And this character, I would say that they went just the right amount of, oh, I don't like this character, before they transformed into, oh, this is a lovable character. This is a character that that we can come to love.
Which My Hero is good at doing.
That's what I just said. They did a good transition.
No, I was saying, like, normally My Hero is good at
it didn't go too far with it. So to the, like I would say with To Your Eternity, with this one particular character, I almost hate the bitch. Like it's like, damn.
Check out her 2 Year Eternity review, also available on our BrickWall Review YouTube channel.
So it's like they gave us just enough. So we didn't hate him, had made compassion for him. So overall, the movie gives you everything. It's overall inclusive and should touch on every emotional aspect of your being. And if it doesn't, oh well. I mean, that's just it.
So we talked a lot about the story, which we don't want to really spoil anything because there are some good surprises in there, but just how the story flows. So I know what a lot of you are thinking. So how's the action in this movie? How does it compare to the other 2 My Hero movies where we've gotten such great action? Well, I wouldn't compare it to the series in general. I mean, I would. Because I mean, if we compare the movies to the series does have a tad bit better action sequences in some regards than the movies do. But for the movie lovers, I would say the action on this one is really good. It's a lot more bloody than I would have ever imagined it is. And when you see it, you'll see why I say that. One particular character in that does get into his battles, I was like, dang, like, did this character do something to the writers of this movie? It was like, nah, we're gonna tear him up this time. Like, I was shocked at how far they went with one of the characters in his fights. To the point where it kind of almost felt like that character should have been the focus of the movie in a way. And now I'm saying that, really, I'm thinking if we do get another movie, which I'm almost certain we might, I would like to see it focused on maybe a different 1A classmate, not like any of the ones that don't.
But it's hard to say that because honestly, like the characters, they get their amount of attention.
They do.
They do.
I feel like
Like
if you
I think
wanna,
that coming and trying to bring in another 1A student just to show their ability, like I think that's gonna be a little bit too
well,
much.
not just to show the ability, but
Well,
kind of
that's
just
what
give like
ultimately is
the.
gonna happen though. Like,
Well, yeah, but like to give the movie a different flavor and a different feel though. Like I wouldn't be opposed to that because at this point, um, for the manga readers, we're almost at the end, right? We know where this is. We kind of have an idea where this is going with this fight. And then seeing Deku level up in this movie the way he does, it's like we gotta save the rest. We gotta save the rest because this battle, these next couple arcs that's coming up, we know that they're pretty intense, they're pretty high string, and it's like if we keep, I don't know, if we keep kind of pushing it, it's gonna be like, all right, it's only but so far we could push it. That I would want to see it pushed in the movie as opposed to series. And you'll when you start seeing it, you gonna see it, Sam. You're gonna see it. Trust me. We in for some really cool stuff with the anime seasons coming up. Todoroki is definitely a character that, and I had this debate with a friend of mine. The thing about
I could have
Todoroki,
stayed asleep. Why did I even come do this?
because you have just as much to say as I do.
I clearly don't.
You do. But the thing about Todoroki is we think that they're saving his level up for something later. So I'm excited about that. But anything else about this movie that stood out to you though?
As I said, the level ups, I like the fight scenes where they were okay. Well, yeah, they was pretty good, especially the fight scenes with the three main characters. I just feel that their level not even if they didn't have a level up, but just show us something different. I mean, they did, but you know what we mean by different. So
Right.
like don't play. So I think that that's like I think the major thing. Like we get this far with our three characters, and we always get in Midoriya leveling up and always finding some other shit, and we always have the other ones. They're working on that stuff, but it's like they can never keep up with Midoriya, and it's not expected that anybody keeps up with him. But we know that we have more heroes that can be number one status as well.
Right.
And regardless of that, we've seen how these other heroes with with their quirks and stuff, how they came in and now since they're falling to the background, which I feel like they shouldn't be, not the way it is now. I, well, I mean, I don't know if you get it, like what I'm saying. Like it's like
I get it. I get it. I think we're in general we're kind of coming from like two different sides of the fandom. Like you're the anime and the movie stuff, and like I just got into the manga, so I'm like, oh, I see where a lot of this stuff is going. So it's different. I guess it's like different from me in a way. But what were some of the negative things? I want to know because we didn't really talk about what were some of the negative things that you heard about the movie. Because the most negative I've heard is that it's just for this to take place in the canon where it does, it has no effect on everything. For everything that happened in this movie, it's like, but it doesn't really matter to the show because it's like, what's the point? That's about as far as I've heard.
I mean, just the way it was put together, which I get. Like I said, what else? Um, that's basically really it. Just the way it was put together. Yeah.
Okay. What did you think about the villain?
Oh, that villain was lit. That villain was lit, yo.
Do you think he was better than the last movie's villain?
I don't remember the last movie's villain, so there we go. Okay. So anyway, I don't remember the last movie. Like,
he was basically all for one, practically.
But this villain right here, I liked his power that he had. I liked his interaction with Deku, and I like the fact that I like the way Deku reaches people. So yeah, this villain definitely, I definitely like this villain. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
powers were great. I really like those.
I did like his power. The powers when I was really kind of like, oh wow, and I like the influence he had on other people as well. I like that. Um, so where are you rating this in the three that's out right now? Like, where are you putting this? Are you putting this?
I can't. I'm not. I can't do it with the three. That's. I'm just
All
gonna
right, well,
do
what
it
are you
based on
rating?
what
Yeah,
this
based
movie
off of
is.
this one now, how
Cause
you
I
rating
can't like. Come on now. Man, like I watched a marathon of them.
it?
Damn.
I remember these movies vividly because each one makes me almost cry. My cry meter was high on this one.
I rate this. I give it a 4.
A four?
Yeah.
4 out of 5. Okay. Um, I don't know why I thought out
I
of
don't even know
10.
why even let you do this review with me. I swear I don't know.
Because I was
I don't
gonna
even
come in
know
here
why. I know you know
anyway.
you. And I got a lot to do. You put a chair
We'll be
behind it.
outside. Hey, the movie was good. It was good.
Damn.
um, I give it I give it a 4 too. I give it a 4 as well.
So that means I gotta lower mine.
Oh, what?
So overall, just check out the damn movie. It was pretty good. Like I said, it is a little different than other My Hero. Don't go there don't go there with expectations. Just go and watch.
Hmm.
Just go and watch because you will be disappointed because you're not gonna see what everything that you thought or you were expecting to see. Like it's just not.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people disappointment came from. Because like I said, you want to see all the characters level up to some extent. Like we want to see what's his name? Bakugo. Like we want I would definitely want to see. I'm ready. Like they showed us some, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't
Hmm.
enough. It was not enough. It was not enough. Neither with Icy Hot. Like but at this point, like I understand like his powers are still developing, but they are too powerful to still be stuck.
Hmm.
And not showing no, I mean, they showed us some, but that wasn't enough to give us a, oh, ooh, yeah, yeah, we know he got. No, that wasn't enough. It
Yeah.
wasn't enough. And
Uh,
for them to be the heroes of the movie all the damn time, no,
yeah.
no.
I would have imagined that, especially with the big focus on these three being together, you would have had them fighting together. And so, yeah, so that's definitely one of the things that you might want to lower. Like she said, you might want to lower, not going with expectations like that, because that's one of the things that doesn't really happen. Um, they do get good moments together, but when it comes to the battle that you're expecting to see, that's pushing the marketing, even in the description that I read.
Yeah, they're not together in a sense. Like it's just crazy. Like like they tried to sell it on that, but
Yeah,
like I
because that
said,
would have been amazing to see all three of them take on that villain together, or at least one of the battles they could have taken on together. But even when it was just two of them fighting one battle, they split. They fought it so quickly and then split up. So it's just like, okay, why focus on, like, just say Deku's the guy and then just leave it at that. So yeah, because I
yeah,
mean, these are
that's
three
what that yeah,
powerhouses.
that's what that basically did. But I think that it happened like that too because everybody trusts Deku.
Yeah.
Everybody trusts him. Like they know that he is a go-to. They know that he will give the last piece of flesh on his body, last piece of fucking hair on his body to save somebody and to stay alive.
This movie emphasizes the
Even
shit
though,
out of that too.
even though the other characters would as well, they
Mm-hmm.
would too. But we definitely know where I think that where each of the main characters dropped off at, that's their role. Bakugo, oh, I'm handling the front. I'm knocking this shit out. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's him. He's fresh on the scene first. Ah, what's up? Boom, I got it. Then we got Icy Hot rushing in next. What's up? Now we got Midoriya finishing up. That's what it is. That's them.
Mm-hmm.
That's their team. That's their shit.
Very much so.
So
Very
so
much
so
so.
that's how it was. And, I ain't think about it like that until just now. So that's how it was given to us. Like we doing this shit. This how we doing it. And
Mm-hmm.
so like I said, that was good to see them branch off and be independent of each other and still know that okay, I gotta get this shit. I gotta get this shit. I gotta get this shit. Like so, and they got their shit.
Yeah.
And even with the new guy, what's his name again?
Rhodey.
Rhodey. Even with him, like the way he was thrown in there, and he gave us some touching moments too. So like I said, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So it was overall pretty. It was a pretty good movie. Like I said, don't go there with high expectations. Just go there to watch, because you will be disappointed. And when you go there with expectations, it always takes away from what the movie is. And don't waste your damn money. Don't waste it. So go there with no expectations and enjoy yourself, and just watch it for what it is. So that's all I got. That's it. That's all.
So with that said, check it out. It's now playing in theaters, limited running theaters, and select theaters only.
Just look it up.
Yeah,
Google.
look it up. It'll be on Blu-ray soon.
Type in My Hero movie.
Yep, and you'll be able to check it out.
2021.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, like I said, we both enjoyed the movie. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Let us know what you think. If you saw the movie, let us know what you think. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. More BrickWall anime is coming. More BrickWall views, of course, is coming. We got some stuff lined up in the
just had to get in
pipeline.
on this. Y'all caught it though. Y'all caught it. Y'all know.
All right.
Y'all can tell when a purpose in the room, but it's cool.
Ooh, wait, hold up, because I done went harder on this though.